you'd really like is to move your bones. Let it all go now. Let it all go now. Let it all go now. Let it all go. With bed getting by. There's not as many highs. No, it can't deny. The seeds we have sown, they are dying to fly. It is all coming to life out of stone into sight. In the waiting days we've known, they are gone. It is time to turn it on. Let it all go. Let it all go now. Let it all go. Let it all go now. 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 Let it all go.
This couldn't happen again. This is that one.
Welcome. We are back another day in the market. What's up, Josh, Frank, Steven, Laidback, D, Zeke, Mr. Robinson, Max is back. Sunny, AK, how you all doing? Hit the like button, the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Most of you, like 90% of you, do not even have my notifications on YouTube. So turn those on. It's a little bell next to the subscribe button. And yeah, all right. Crazy day yet again. I feel like I said every night now, but the market's just on steroids. It really is. So we're gonna break down everything. Nvidia was up 10% today. TLRY was up 22% during market hours. Went up like another 16% after hours. A lot of different movements across the board. You know how it is. FSR was up a little bit today. We're gonna be focusing on that for a little bit. It was up 4% today, more than a little bit. So that's where we're at. We're going to start off with crypto, and it's not just Bitcoin and Ethereum tonight. We have a couple new altcoin trades, but starting off with Bitcoin, it is up 10% since the swing trade alert, and it's broken out on the 4-hour. We talked about this cup and handle. Bitcoin has broken out of said cup and handle. Next resistance is around 45.5K. I do think it'll get there. We'll see. And that's where it is. All right. Ethereum has, we talked about this day by day. I walked all of you through this breakout over here on Ethereum, and there you go. It's moving higher after the breakout. Took out this high. Next resistance is around 3,300, and I should see you there. We'll see if I do. And then we got some altcoin trades, which are all up since the entry alerted yesterday. I broke all of these down for all of you live on stream yesterday before I even alerted them. Tezos is up about 4% since the entry. BNT is up about 6%. COMP is up like 1% or something. It's not up that much since the entry. But yeah, there's really no technical change. They just went up after the alert yesterday. Pretty much everything I was talking about yesterday looks the exact same. BNT did get its breakout of this falling wedge. COMP, if we scroll down a little bit, is moving a little bit higher. It already kind of broke out like a week ago. So that's really it. Oil is showing resistance at an area where you could see resistance like we talked about. This is resistance back from 2013 and 2011. So it's testing it for right now. It's really it. Gold is moving higher. I mean, we're talking about one of the largest asset classes in the world, and you are seeing just textbook technicals day after day. I mean, we talked about how this was the pin bar, the back test, the hidden bullish divergence. We were back testing this previous resistance, flipping into a support, and now you're going higher. I mean, you can't be surprised. Let's go see if gold did. I mean, if silver did the same thing. Oh my gosh, it did. It back tested as well, and now it's moving higher. That's crazy. What was once a resistance is now a support. You double bottomed off of it. We even talked about this 4-hour dragon pattern last night on stream. That's playing out beautifully. You played any SLV calls today, congratulations. Most likely nobody did because I feel like most people don't care about metals. I used to trade metals, but I kind of stopped. Well, I used to trade ETFs for them. The dollar, just going sideways. I think we actually charted this on the 4 hours, just in the range, just in the middle of a range. That's literally it. Russian market index still closed, and the Hang Seng index flat day. I mean, it was down 1%, but didn't really do much. So we're gonna move over to stocks. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, join the Discord. Links in the description. And thank you, Zeke, for dropping that Discord link in the chat. Let's talk about where the market is, how it's looking, and all of that good stuff. So today surprised me. Yesterday it looked like we were rejecting the 200-day moving average. We're going to be selling off, and I feel like most people had like a green date today. Today was one of my worst red days in a couple weeks. So I tried to play puts today, didn't work out. And yeah, you know, for the last 2 weeks I've come on most of these streams and I've told you all about the insane profits and the crazy gains and the 12 trade win streak, which did end today. You know, but I also have told you all, when there's a loss, I'm going to tell you when there's a loss, and there was a loss today. Can't be perfect, you know, win 12 trades or alert 12 trades that are winning in a row, and you know, it's going to be one that doesn't work out. But yeah, today I was watching the S&P 500. You know, it was looking like a bear flag to me right over here. I'll make these lines red so you can see what I'm talking about. Saw a little bit of that bear flag action, and it just didn't play out. It just didn't really sell off. It broke up, and then it tested, and then it broke up. So it just, the variables were there. It's the same system I always use. It just, you know, the system's not a 100% win rate. No system is. And the system just didn't work today. That's what it is. You know, you can't really complain. You just got to take it for what it is and minimize losses when you're wrong, maximize profits when you're right. So that's where it is. A little bit of a frustrating day for me, to be honest. But that's where we are. So you ended up breaking out of a triangle on the 15-minute later in the day, which I did alert in premium, and it went up nicely. In terms of, like, you know, the higher time frames, you're back above the 200-day moving average. You're just retesting your highs from Tuesday, and that's really all you're doing for right now. You know, you're testing resistance 450.4, 450.5. That's your resistance. Break above it, and then your next resistance is 453, which is also around your 618 golden retrace, and then also from this high and a couple highs here. So that's your SPY. The Russell 2000, we talked about this last night. We talked about the potential of flipping a resistance into a support, or supply line into a demand line into a supply line into a demand line. And look at this, you actually bounced off the previous supply line turned demand line. So you're back testing your breakout on the Russell 2000, which is something I said could definitely happen, and it's happening for right now. We'll see if maybe we can get a break. We already have the break, a hook. We currently got the hook today, and if the next move is up, then we have a break, hook, and go. And the crazy thing is a lot of small caps are already up 30, 40, 50%. So if we're only breaking out on the Russell 2000 now, and if this is actually a true breakout, that could be crazy. And I did talk about this last Wednesday when I had that market bottoming stream, saying you can't even imagine the type of percent moves you're going to see, because you just take something like clov that fell from 28 to 2. You know, this is not the real number. Just let's say it's an 80% drop, whatever type of drop it is. We already know it's under 100%. But from clov just to go from 2 to 4 is 100%, and it's only a $2 move instead of a $26 move down. Do you get what I'm saying there? You know, the dollar move is the same amount, but the percent moves are much crazier because a lot of these stocks sold off so much. So just to get back even to like 50%, 618 common retraces of how much they've sold off, just to go halfway back up, you're talking about 200, 300% moves on some of these stocks. And that's the thing that most people have not realized up until now. And we're gonna go into another segment in a second here. QQQ. Testing 360 resistance. This has been charted for weeks now. It's from a couple lows over here. You're testing that. We'll see how it reacts to that level tomorrow. The ARK ETF kind of just going sideways for the majority of this week. That's really all it's doing for right now. And then the NASDAQ is also testing a level. This is a huge make or break level for the NASDAQ, okay? Look at how many highs and lows you have at this level. You're testing it. So keep an eye on this level tomorrow for the NASDAQ. But somebody actually asked me on Twitter today, you know, for the people that were sitting on the sidelines and, you know, didn't participate really in a lot of this move up, what could be done? And that's a great question. Let me see who asked me that question, actually. Let's see if we could find it. Because I talked about this the last 2 nights on stream. I've been calling it the market dilemma, where I was able to identify the bottom and call the bottom in a sense, but I did not predict that, you know, the market would go up. I mean, just for the NASDAQ alone, 13% in a week. Like, this is insane. And I just don't think a lot of people are realizing how insane this is. I don't know when's the last time. I don't even know if we've ever done this. I mean, like, this is insane. It really is. The amount that we've gone up so quickly is crazy. But that's what happens when you have intense selling and just over bearishness, which is what I talked about last week when we were literally right over here. So somebody asked me, let's see. Minesh 007 says, would love to hear your perspective on those who remained on sideline and in cash. What would be the ideal time to enter again? I'm hoping for a consolidation. So if you would have just looked away from the market for 1 week, you would just miss out. In 1 week, you just looked away from 1 week. Let's say you went on vacation, work was really busy, you looked away from 1 week. In 1 week, you missed an average yearly return for the market, okay? The type of return that back in the 70s and the 80s and the 90s, people would pay millions and millions and millions of dollars for the type of return. They'd pay these funds millions of dollars to get them 8% a year. Do you understand that we just got that in a week and a half? Okay. It's absolutely insane, and it was very easy to miss this. So for anybody who missed this run up, don't blame yourself. You know, even me trying to predict the bottom over here, there's no way I could have predicted that we'd already be all the way up at 450, being at 420 last week on the S&P or the SPY ETF. So in terms of people who missed out, the way I look at it is there's no way to know, you know, how long this could last, because even like over here, you could have easily said, wow, we've already went up 4% in 4 days. There's no way you can just keep going straight up and then you'd went up 8% in 8 days, like whatever it is. So for me, and this leads to a lot of other parts of trading as well. You know, a lot of people, you know, on day trades, they sell too early and then it runs hundreds of percents. You know, let's say they're lottos, right? You sell your lotto at 20% and then it runs hundreds of percents. And then let's say you wait for the 100% move, but then you want the 200% and then the lotto goes all the way back to negative 50%, or whatever it is. You get what I'm saying? All of these, like, you know, missing out on moves and the feeling of missing out, FOMO. The one suggestion, it's not financial advice, but the one suggestion that I've seen personally, let's say I'm suggesting this to myself, okay? Just to be hypothetical here. Scaling, okay? A lot of people, myself included, when I started trading, it kind of feels like, for some reason, if it feels like somebody's forcing you to buy at one point, like, let's just do it like this. It kind of feels like when you start trading that you're forced to buy your whole entire position here and then call the exact top and sell your whole position there. And you don't have to do that. And I promise you, there's not one person in the whole entire world, there's not one, that can buy every single exact bottom and sell every single exact top, okay? People are pretty good at it, but nobody can do it all the time, all right? So what can people do to maximize their returns when you really don't have a 100% foolproof method of getting every low and high? Scaling, okay? You don't actually have to buy all at one place and sell all at one place. You could buy a little bit here, a little bit there, sell a little bit here, a little bit there. Scaling is a quick, simple solution for me. I don't know if it's a solution for you, but breaking up your buys and sells is very important. Actually, next week, probably when I do the workshop that I told you I was going to be doing in premium, I'm probably going to spend a good amount of that talking all about scaling, but we've talked about it multiple times on stream before, and I do believe it's in the free course in the description as well. So there's that. We're going to move into some other stuff right now. And hello, I don't know, am I even live right now? It's just Zeke in the chat pretty much right now. Hit the like button, say what's up in the chat. I wasn't even really going to stream tonight, but I felt like we could just do a really quick stream and just see what's up. Where's the vibes at though? Where's the vibes? Let me know. We got a lot to talk about. So we're going to start off with TLRY. Okay, last week on stream, go back to my stream from last Wednesday. TLRY was at like $5.40, and I told you all that it was looking very interesting. Okay, I told you all about this long-term falling wedge, this classic bullish divergence, bouncing at a historical area, and boom. Since then, TLRY is up. I mean, let's include after hours, okay? Since then, TLRY is up about 52-53%. So all, you know, for this potential of a 52-53% move, all you have to do is watch that stream last Wednesday. Another similar one was GameStop. This one was alerted over the weekend at like $90 in the watch list, and this one up like 60%. I'm trying to share as much as I can, you know, and I talked about this last night. It just feels like back in the day, like a year ago, like moves like this, like, you know, people would be so hyped up, their vibes would be insane. Right now, it's just like, I don't know what it is. It just feels like nobody cares about anything in the market anymore except for me. But crazy move on TLRY. Bounced out a very important area, very historical area. There was a catalyst today. There's some let's see if we can pull this up somewhere. I'm sure it's somewhere in the Discord. Here we go. Federal marijuana legalization bill officially scheduled for the U.S. House of Representatives. We can pull this up in a second, but this is from Kaleidoscope. I'm not sure where this article is from. But yeah, you had some news today, and it wasn't just TLRY, obviously, it was many other pot stocks, and they went crazy. So now TLRY is testing a breakout of this wedge, and after hours, technically it already broke out. So we'll see what it looks like in the morning. A lot of people are going to be asking me for levels on TLRY, so we're just going to do them right now. All right. These are levels on TLRY up until 15. Okay, those are the big levels I see. There you go. So that is that's TLRY. Fisker was up 4% today, and Fisker and Lucid are in the title of the stream. I'm keeping a close eye on both of them tomorrow. Fisker has been consolidating for 5 days in this range. Fisker gets above like 1273, 1274 and can confirm a breakout. That could lead to a nice move, because if we take a look at this chart over here, there really isn't much resistance up until like 1350 if you can break out of this area right over here. You're testing a breakout of this historical level, and you're only within like 10 cents away from breaking out. So Fisker, even like on some other time frames, you can kind of try this to be like a potential ascending triangle. I mean, it already is. So you have 2 touches on your demand line, like 4 or 5 on the top. So yeah, Fisker, you could just see there's a lot more price action over here, but there's really not a lot of price action up over here, which means you break this level, there's not going to be a lot of resistance looking left on the chart for some time. So I'm watching Fisker tomorrow, intraday of course. And then Lucid as well looks pretty interesting. You can see on the 1 hour, it's kind of trying to break out of this little zone over here, this first blue zone, and it's just kind of in this broadening formation. But if we go on to lower time frames, it's got a little bit of a bull flag with hidden bullish divergence. So I'm also keeping an eye on Lucid. Could also look at this as like a kind of like a cup and handle almost, even though you want the handle to be lower typically. And then same thing here, you can see there's a lot of price action under you, which means you have a lot of support under you, but there's not a lot, at least in the short term, looking left on your chart, apart from these two levels I've charted. So these are going to be two of my main focuses tomorrow. We'll see what happens. I just wanted to share them on stream. AT&T was up 0.5% today. I've been talking about this throughout the week. I'm still holding AT&T calls, and largest green day for it in some time now. I mean, the last time it had a day this good was on the 15th, which was about 9 days ago. So very quietly breaking out. AT&T, you know, I have a chart on different time frames. There's like this mega triangle on the 15-minute. I mean, look how beautiful this is. Look at how many times it's bounced off that demand line. So keeping an eye on this still. And Nvidia was up 10% today. It broke out of this little resistance. We talked about this last night. It actually broke above it today, which was insane. Next resistance I see is around like 286 from like kind of these lows and these highs over here. And clov was down a few percent today. Nothing really changed. It did break a demand line on the 1 hour. So keep that in mind. It did break that demand line. There was even like a low time frame bullish bat that started bouncing at the PCZ. A couple different things, but not much. It was just kind of like a pullback day. Even GameStop was down quite a bit at one point today, and then it ended up closing 1% green, which was interesting. So GameStop 126 is the big level. Oh my gosh, go back to last night's stream. I mean, how many times do I have to say this? Let's see if I actually kept it on my chart. I don't know if I did. Close, but I was telling you all about this 126 area. Did I really not chart it or keep it? All right, well, 126, it was these highs over here, kind of like a gap fill area, and then on the daily, I've had this charted since literally the weekend. Before GameStop went up 60% this week, 126 was what I was watching, and your low of day was 126 today on GameStop. So buying that dip could have paid even just for a day trade, and then it went back up. So I'd probably like rechart this. Maybe just take out both of these. At this point, I mean, I'd probably just look at this as like one big area between like 126, 125, and you're just your 150 area. So just kind of, you know, whichever way this breaks could be telling on GameStop. You know, breaking under 125 would not be great. Breaking above 150 could be great. We'll see what happens. And then if it does break 150, 160 is your next resistance. And I'm not just saying that because it's $10 away. I mean, look at these highs over here, all right, and a couple lows over here as well. So that's GameStop. AMC was down a couple percent today. Just kind of an inside day after the craziness lately. This is the second time that AMC hit the second target of the swing that was alerted in premium, probably in like February, I think. So that's cool. There's really not much I can update on AMC from today. I mean, nothing really happened for the most part. It kind of fell back under this blue zone. You can see from a couple lows over here and highs over here, but it's just testing it for right now, so we'll see what happens in the morning. In terms of some of the swings, Penn was up a couple percent today. It's up a couple percent since the entry. I told you all that it did fill that gap yesterday, kind of close to a hammer candle today. That hidden bullish divergence is nearly confirmed for Penn. Again, as long as this is over 40, I think it's looking good. We'll see what happens for Penn. Facebook was up a few percent today. It's trying to break above the 218 resistance level I've been talking about this week. As you can see from this high over here, it's trying to break above it. Next resistance, I mean, is literally above the first target of the swing. So hopefully it can confirm this breakout. SDC already hit first target, and it is pulling back after that shooting star type of candle that I told you all about last night. All right, let's do this a little bit quicker. Come on. So yeah, you had a little bit of a bearish candle yesterday. So off a little bit more today. Nothing too crazy. So that was the majority of the moves today. It was a pretty crazy day. I'm honestly, I don't even know how I had a red day today. Like, I just kind of screwed myself over. It's I'm disappointed in myself from today, but it's like, what can I do? You know, the system's not foolproof, and put screwed me over today. So that's all it was. So hopefully tomorrow could be a little bit better for me. But yeah, so I alerted some SPY puts that failed. It was the first losing option alerted in 12 trades, but then it was so first of all, these puts did offer a break even at one point, or even a profit after not even working out. If we just scroll up again over here, puts went back in profit. So I shared puts like probably around over here, and then they went up here, and then the SPY went up here, and the puts were down quite a bit. And then the SPY actually fell back down to like over here, and then the puts went back into profit, and then the SPY ripped it at the end of the day, and then they went back up. But I did alert, so the max loss on these puts I alerted was 50%, and I did say only put in what you're willing to risk, right? That means risking up to 100% was on the table. They were just lottos. But then I alerted Tesla calls, so these fell. Max loss was a 50%. For most people, it probably wasn't even 50% because again, it gave an opportunity to break even, and you know, it was only down 50% for a little bit. Most of the time, it was like down like 25-30%. But then I alerted Tesla calls at 3:10 p.m. and this one was just beautiful. Very just quick and easy trade. I saw that it was breaking VWAP in this little supply line over here. It was at $1,009. I saw that the Bollinger Bands on the 15-minute chart were squeezing, which implied a move of or an increase of volatility in the short term. And yeah, those calls went from like 353 to like 430-ish, I think, very quickly. I mean, you could see it just from 310 to like 317, 7 minutes. So it went from 353 to 395. Let's see if we can spot where this was today. It's probably going to be pretty easy. Yeah, it was right here. This is where I alerted. That's the calls right there. So the calls went up throughout this duration, and it did almost touch this resistance I had charted. So that was Tesla. I don't know if you looked at Nvidia. That was up 10%. We did look at Nvidia. So yeah, I currently have 10 fully charted out potential swings on my other watch list. The issue is all of them are 20% stops, because so many of these mid caps are up 30-40% in a week. So it's a little bit tough. And the SPY's up 8% in a week. So I have 10 swings that are literally lined up 3 or 4 different targets, the stop loss, the entry. I already have them lined up. So I'm just sitting on those right now. If the market starts pulling back, I can put some of them out, but I don't want to put them out when the market's up like 8-9% in a week. I mean, I don't know. And then maybe, I mean, I don't know if it's a good or bad thing, but if in a week from now the market's up 15% in 2 weeks, and I'll be like, wow, I should have put out the swings a week ago. But also, it's like if the market's up 15% a week, that's like a life-changing amount of money for a lot of people. So it's also a good thing. So I don't know. It's this big dilemma. This is what I've been talking about for 2 or 3 nights now. And like I said earlier in the stream, I think scaling is the way that I like to go about things like this. So yeah, and that's also what we're going to be doing with the ETF. We launched a fake ETF, the Free Trading Movement ETF, the FTM ETF, a lot of different letters. It was actually the first green day. And like I said earlier, like literally probably the first month or two, like none of this matters. I mean, you could see the returns are so small because we've only used up a very small amount. Can we even see this? These are like, you could see it's a $10 million portfolio, and we have like only like 150K used. So we still have 9.85 million, if I just said that correctly. So we still have 9,850,000. So we've only used like 150K. So I mean, you know, the returns are going to be very, very small until we start building this up, but we're going to be slowly scaling, and you could actually see we have already kind of anticipated the amount of scaling that we're going to be doing. Or not us. I mean, this is pretty much all Lord Bogendorf. So shout out to Lord Bogendorf. He's been carrying so far. He's created this whole entire spreadsheet. You can see these are some of our positions we're going to be adding to the fund. There's a lot more we're going to be adding later on, but we're just going to be slowly scaling into all of them. You could see how slowly, you know. You can see the shares and the price. So all this is available to you. It's in the links channel, the Discord. The Discord link is in the description. Spac Invader says I made 20% of those Tesla calls. Beautiful. Glad to hear that. So yeah, that's where we're currently at. I guess I'll just go. I don't know. It just feels like everything's quiet on this Thursday evening. So I guess I might take Sunday off this weekend. It's been a really long week. So I'm not completely sure as of right now. But we will see. Alright. Have a good weekend. Thank you for watching the stream. If you want to donate crypto to Ukraine, that's the first link in the description. And if you want to join Premium, that's in the description. If you want to join the Discord, that's in the description. If you want to watch the free course, that's in the description. The disclaimers are in the description. The description is a cool place with a lot of words and links. Alright, so make sure you check that out. Hit the subscribe button, the notification button. Bring the vibes on Sunday. I need the vibes back, all right? There's no way the vibes are already gone. We need the vibes to stay here, okay? It can't just be 2 weeks. For the 23, 24, 25 people in here, thank you for the vibes, but we need to make sure the other 50, 60 other people that could be watching the stream typically get the vibes up, all right? That's just what we got to do. Just what we got to do. So, thank you. Have a good night. Peace out.